Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. We're in front of my 89 tick chart that I use to make my trading decisions off of, but it's not the only chart that I use. I want to get, we'll leave that behind the scenes here. This is disabled right now, and so that you can see, I can't trade off of this because right now I'm waiting on my funded account, which should be ready to go on this coming Monday, December 4th. But the three charts that I use, and I want to fit them onto this one screen. I've said that you could use two monitors, right? I've talked about that you could use two monitors. What you would have is your trading platform on one, meaning your dome, or you can put your dome next to you. You can also use like something like this on your second or your first monitor, your best of your two monitors. If you have to make a decision between two, I would tell you put your charts on the best of the two monitors and use the other monitor to put your dome on. So in other words, this is called a dome, right? Depth of market, in other words, when we call a dome. This is your decision making area that you actually would input a trade in. So let me move this off the screen. Now, with me being qualified for funded, I can't push any buttons here, and I won't be able to take on any trade. But I want to go over today, being Wednesday, the inventory trade that I like to put on Wednesday. And today, let me get my handy dandy Google out and move it over here. The place I like to look, and everyone has their own little place they like to go. I like Forex Factory. It's my favorite, and you can set this up to however you want it. I prefer to look at it like I hit the settings. I think it's settings. No, you hit this right here. So I don't really care to see yellow reports, but you can. And then you see all the events that you can have and what markets. Usually I'm just concerned with the US markets, so this is the way I look at it. Now you can look at it, you can look at all the reports, but I'm really concerned with what's coming on, and I'm obviously looking at one particular report. Now, at Top Step Trader, you can't be in front of this report. You got to be out prior to the report, and you have to be at least 1 minute prior. But on the safe side, I'd tell you to be out 15 minutes prior. And you can't get into the market until 1 minute comes off the clock. And how do you determine when 1 minute is done? Well, this right here is going to tell, at least on CTS. Now I use the CTS T4 platform from Cunningham. It's the platform that I've chosen that I like. It's what I trained on. I've used multiple different platforms over the years. I've used TradeStation, I've used NinjaTrader. I really like Genesis Financial Technologies and TradeNav, but they just don't show volume. At least last year I looked at it. It didn't show volume the way that I want to see volume. So you see the spike bars down underneath. That's the way I like to see the volume. Now, anyway, so the first thing I want to tell you, the three charts you could have on your screen are obviously your trading chart, and then you have I have my 5 minute and my 15 minute. Now, with the CTS platform, I have a template that you don't have to create all this. You know, it's kind of like that one and done thing. Speed and execution is what digital marketer would call it. All I'd have to do is just update your system with mine, and bam, you'd have it. So that's a service that I will definitely offer in the future in 2018. Just want to put that out there today so that you know that it's coming. Speed and execution is what the magic word. So you don't have to sit around trying to fiddle with your charts. You have everything set up the way that I look at things. I'm still toying with color schemes and things like that. So But you know, you can always change your color schemes. It's pretty simple as it comes to that. Anyway, so long story short, we're waiting for the inventory to come out. It's 9:11 a.m. right now, Central Standard Time. My time zone, I'm 1 hour ahead here in the Eastern, outside of Pittsburgh, but I follow the Central Standard Time. And when you saw that 10:30 a.m. Forex report, it really comes out at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So keep in mind your time zone as it relates to the trading time that you are trading. All right, I'll be back in a few. All right, so here we're back. We're about 12 minutes outside of the report. So how do I set up for the CLPIT strategy? The first thing I like to do is make sure that I have my worksheet updated with current information, and this has gone over a different video, but maybe I'll put together another. Now, if you're looking at the CLPIT strategy right now, you have, how do you put it, not a fully completed spreadsheet that you see in front of you. This is for students that would come through my coaching course and receive all of it. So for lack of a better way of saying it, it's just a version of the spreadsheet that is made simply for the CLPIT strategy. So what's our target? A 3P target. That's what we're hunting for on this. And we're wanting to risk no more than 1R. Now 1R is defined always as no greater than 20 ticks. So never more than 20 ticks, never greater than. So it's never greater than 20 ticks. Today, 1R is at 12.2. So that rounds to 13. So if you have 3 trades at this today, 13 times 3 is 39. So our risk per contract, maximum risk today, would be 39 ticks per contract, or $390. Let's keep that in mind. Our goal is to get a 1-trade win and get 45 ticks per contract traded. So that's our 3P target. That's our ultimate target that we're hunting for. Obviously, we'll take less than that, but this is the strategy itself is after 45 ticks versus 13 ticks. So if you got your handy dandy calculator out, 45 divided into 13 is 3.46. Now remember, I'm always going, this strategy is to get you at least a 3-to-1. That's its goal to start with, 3-to-1. So risk to reward, right? Or reward to risk, however you want to look at that. So that's the goal here in this particular strategy. So what I want to do is quickly, what I look at is what's the 15-minute chart look like, and you can see we're trading back and forth on the pivot, and so the pivot's not going to be in play. But this is more concerning right here. This 200 bar crossing over, this blue line coming across the charts is the 15-minute bar coming across. So you see that right now we're crossing over. So what I would tell you is that we'll see what the market will open up. So a lot of times the crude oil market will fake one way and then head the other way, right? And on the inventories, a lot of times what you'll see, I will just use this area right here. So, you know, you got your price action, right? And then all of a sudden the release comes out. It looks like this way is going to the moon, but it stops like somewhere around here, and then it goes the other direction. So why does it stop here, and why does it head the other way? Now, vice versa could happen either as well. And I would tell you that volume would kick in. Usually you see some sell stops or buy stops getting hit, and all of a sudden you see it go the other direction. What I'm looking for is a high volume spike down here, and what I can tell you right now, looking at today, we have at 3 in the morning, it looks like we have our highest volume bars that came in today. If you go back and look, you would see that 1376 at 304, and 824 at 313. Ideally, I want to be higher than these bars, especially this bar. I want to be higher than 1376 on one of the bars that come out on the open, off the inventory report, to feel confident that we've got ourselves a good trading situation set up. You can stand aside if you do not get a bar that's higher than what you've seen in the morning session so far. It's a good, now this trading strategy is only meant to be taken on one day a week, right? Inventories report comes out 52 times a year, and it's one of the most manipulated reports that's ever been produced in the futures market, and that's why I like it, because we're looking for surprises or something that can generate momentum. Now, if you look at the Forex Factory, you can see now the blue is the actual release and the gold is where they expected it. Look how many times that this thing misses. Like right here, they expected here and it's way up here. Oh, we found an extra. Look at this one right here. This is kind of crazy right here, right? So they expected 1 point, looks like what, 2 point, let's say 2 million. They expected 2 million barrels of crude oil, but they got 14 million. And I bet you if you go back and look at this week of trading, it was probably insane. It'd be the week of February 8th. And you can see this over here. Look at this. They expected 1 million and they got 15 million just about. I mean, they found 14 million barrels of crude oil somewhere in grandma's basement, right? So, how can you miss that many? It's like, the 3-card money, right? The 3-card money going on right here. That's what this game is like, it's find the queen. So they couldn't find. Oh, all of a sudden, man, oh, wait a minute, we forgot to include the whole state of Rhode Island or something. I don't know, but they find 14 million barrels, and then you can see this over here. Currently, they've been expecting to be a decrease in the crude oil, and it's been increasing the last couple weeks until last week. So that's why this report is so much fun to trade, and why I think you can make a living just being able to trade 1 day a week. If I had, and I've said this before, if I had just 1 day a week to trade, and I had to work 24/7 around the clock, I would ask for Wednesdays off. Wednesday and Thursday would be my days that I would request to have my 2 days off. If I had to work 5 days a week, I would request to work Friday through Tuesday and ask for Wednesday and Thursday off, because that's how important this report is on the inventories off the crude oil market. You can make a living just trading on one thing. Side note, do I even want to go down this road? Nah, we won't even go down that road today. But I wanted to put this video out today and just have some fun with it, because I'm waiting to get funded, and I just thought, well, I'm screwing today. I might as well screw around and see what we can do. So we've determined our 1R is 13. So I'm going to be risking 13 ticks per contract to try to get somewhere between 44 to 45 ticks. That's the goal right now. And even after 3, taking on 3, if I lose 3 in a row, which is the goal here, I still would make more on if I would take that 4th trade on, to hit that right there. And that's how powerful this is. So think of it this way. You lose 3 in a row this week, and then you get a 1 trade winner the next week. You still net out positive, right? All things being equal right now. So where are we in relation to the report? All right, so I'm going to pause here until we got about a minute or so before we report. I'll be right back. Alright, so we're a minute outside of the report, or less than a minute right now. 9:29 a.m. and the fireworks are getting ready to kick in. So what I want to do is move over my dome so you can watch the craziness of this market. But if you have a plan to be able to take this on, it's a lot better situation. Alright, so we see the report release right there, and now we're waiting on the minute right now. So we've definitely got a higher bar, right? 1281, 1376. That's close enough to be able to take on the trade. Right now, blue bar volume, I'm looking to go short. Looks like I'm going to be trying to short underneath the pivot right now, but I need 1 minute to pass by with the crude oil inventories to be legal at Top Step Trader. Still waiting for the minute. Alright, the minute's out. Looks like we want to short at 61, 57.61. 57.60, pardon me. 57.60 is our entry point right now. We're looking to go short at 57.60. You're thinking, well, this is higher than this one, right? You could be in what I would say right now, a tiebreaker. We have a tiebreaker scenario. If this particular short trade doesn't work out, then I'll fall into what's called a tiebreaker scenario after this one. So the blue bars are the bars that announce themselves first, and then the red bars. So I'm looking at the blue, so I'm looking to short. Now we'll follow behind this trying to find an entry point. So 57.60 is our selling point right now. And on the long side, I would prefer to see it get above the 200 bar, come back under, and then go back over it again. Alright, so we're going to remove this here. This is no longer applicable. We're waiting. We've not got into the market yet. So what I want to do is look at this. I want to be short at 73. 57.73 is where I want to be right now. Right, and this is because the pivot. And you want to attempt the long above the 80 mark. So 90, 57.90 to go long. And we're looking at, no, not vertical line, we're looking at 73 for the short, right here. And that's how I'm going to set up my first trade. Notice that we're playing the pivot against the 200 bar, and we're playing our highway too. Alright, so we're in short right there. 57.73, and we have a 13 tick. I want to keep my long in, so this could be trade 1 and 2 quickly. 57.73 is a stop of 85. We'll use 86. We're keeping our 90 in. We'll go long at 90. The other side of the trade wants to work out. Now if I get knocked out on bam bam, bam bam thank you ma'am, then the third trade will definitely have to have a tiebreaker to get involved in it. All right, so I want to widen this out. We know where we're getting long. We know where we're getting short. We know where we're coming out of the market right now. So what's our target on the short side right now? Our short side target is 57.28. Where am I getting this? Off my spreadsheet, obviously, that you should have access to if you have the CLPIT strategy. And yes, this is live market right now. It's not a recorded session. This would be 14 ticks. Remember, it's got to be no greater than 20, so 14 ticks. You can go, all right, so bam, it looks like I would have filled you at 88. It looks like you're long now here at 90. So you lost on your opening trade. Now 57.90 is our long. Our stop is 78. This looks like the tiebreaker bar right here. It kicked in. So we have a tiebreaker in the chart. So we're going to have 3 trades in a row real quick. If it stops us at 77, I want to attempt again at the 73 mark. So, we're going to be in and out of this trade real quick. So that's my short. I have a tiebreaker and it's blue. So I still think we're going down. 78 is my stop on the long. What's the target on the upside? The upside target right now is 58.35. I'm looking to short again at 73. Underneath, well, actually we can go at 74. 2 ticks underneath the pivot, we want to try to take on the pivot. The pivot's been penetrated on several different occasions, so I'm okay with trading at pivot. If it was the first time there, then that's a different whole ball of wax. And I would tell you to go look at one of the futures trading, day trading tips, trading at the pivot, which I would call pivot point magnetism. We've already hit it. A 1p profit target on the up, if we get it, is 58.05 today. Looks like it's working out to be 15, 30, 45 ticks. 15, 30, 45, and this changes on a daily basis. You can see today's ADR is 1.22. So what I'm going to do right now is pause the video, and when we get whatever happens here, either filled, or it hits that 1p target, I will unpause. Okay, so we have what I would tell you, we have our 1, 2, 3 setting up on the other side. 80, 88, so that's good, and we want to go short right there, right underneath. So if it fails going up, I want in. So this is trade 3, using this right here as a tiebreaker. 1, up, here's 2, these are the tiebreaker. Look at tiebreaker scenario. Trade 3, blue bar. So if it doesn't go up, I want in. And technically speaking, we have what I would call a GAN signal kicking into the market is on the short side. Obviously, you could be wrong, and that's the nature of the beast, the nature of trading. But you can see this setting up right here. So this is another reason that, that the tiebreaker came about anyway. So if it doesn't go up, the market should be heading down. That's what I'm getting at. So this is the update, right? 78, short 77. So we're coming out of the long here, and we're going to be in a short side. So obviously I want the market to go up right now, but I have a plan of attack. And this is trade 3, right? This would be if I lose this one and I get filled here, I'm in trade 3. I'm in the last trade of my session. All right, so we busted out of that range, and what we want to do is remove the short. There is no short trade now on, but we do have high blue bar volume of 49.34. This is the highest volume bar of the session. Our target is 58.35. We've run almost a 2p move. 58.20 is 2p. Whoops, wrong thing. 2p is 58.20. We want to lock in at least a 1p area right now, minimum. One p today is 58.05. Don't like to be on those even numbers like that. I'm watching this here too. $58.35. Remember, 58.35 is our target. We're seeing if it's going to top out here. 58.35. I want to follow underneath this right here. 1.5 P is 58.12. We'll be at 1.5 P now, seeing if this is going to hit. You could come out at 58.20 if you wanted to and take a 2P profit target. That'd be 30 against a 14 tick loss, so you still won. $3P target once again is 58.35. Let me release this chart. See if we hit it. So that's what you're hunting for. If you went to 2P, there's your exit right there at 58.20. This has got me a little on the concern side. See if we have one more up push here. If I was trading multiples in this, I would be out on at least one half of the series here. And then I would have only one half of my series left on. Now officially we'll be out of the trade at 58.12 if it runs it down there to 58.12. We'll take a 1.5 P. I mean, it's not a lot, but hey, it's a win, is a win, is a win. That's how it's set up now. So obviously what I'm going to just do is pause and see which side wins here. What side wins this fight? Is it going to hit 58.12, which is a 1.5 P target on the up, or is it going to go to 58.35? Which way is this one going to win? In this trade, it will be officially over at that point. The CLPIT for today being Wednesday, November 29th, 2017. So the synopsis of this is just looking at the CLPIT strategy. If I wanted to continue the trade today, if I wanted to continue moving, the only way I'd be looking right now, us running up 2P and this being the highest volume bar of the chart up here over here, I would be looking for a short setup unless it breaks through this area. So right now, if it would break up, basically if it hits my target up here, I wouldn't be looking at short until I would see a lot of well, you know what, let's not even get into that. That's like more stuff that you don't need to know right now. So the trade's over here one way or the other. All right, so you can see that it hit. This trade is officially over. The CLPIT strategy is done on the day. So anything above and beyond this would be on taking it on your own. So 58.12 was run. I'm out. Unless this 58.35 is run during the trading session, just so you understand, I would want to go short based upon a high volume bar back here. So if I was continuing to trade today, which I'm not, because obviously I'm in the waiting for B to funded account, but today being today, I'm going to tell you what I'd do, and you can look at the charts later to see how it worked out. At the current market conditions, I would be looking at 58.06 to short, and I'd look for how far will the market go. The CLPIT strategy is over against the 3P. If it runs up here to the 58.35, it'd need a lot of capitulation to make me want to go short at any point now. So if we look at today's trading, we had two trades. Our first one lost roughly 14 ticks. And our second one earned 22. Net effect was that 6.8 plus 8, right? Plus 8. So it's $80. And if you were trading, 10 contracts at it, which is the maximum I would tell you that you want to be, at least in my humble opinion, that's my maximum that I look at. If I was at 10 contracts, that would be $800, right? So 80, 8 times 10 times 10. So 8 times 10 times 10 is 800. So that would be your maximum profit that I would tell you if you were able to trade 10. Now you need to have the dollars to be able to trade 10, but that's your goal, to build yourself up to being able to trade 10 contracts. At least that's my goal overall, because then you have those one day out of a week, you have the ability to put thousands of dollars into your account. You with me? All right. Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Today, this was the CLPIT strategy and how I trade it. So I hope you enjoyed it. CLPIT. God bless. Take care. See you in the next video. Bye for now.